I do not invest in meme coins. For me, it's like sticking my hand in a trap and getting it out before I get trapped.
Because I don't think many meme coins, if any at all, will last beyond this cycle.
You know that these will either go to zero, they'll make you a bit of money, or they'll go absolutely to the moon. Most are going to go to zero.
The growth of this industry, if we look back in like 2019, 2020, it was essentially Dogecoin and Shiba were the top two.
The fastest way to spread a message across the internet is through a meme.
It is hard to deny. It is where all the attention is, all the volume is, all the speculation, all the growth. Welcome back to another episode of the Ben and Bergs podcast. I'm Ben, your favourite high school dropout and founder of Collective Shift. Alongside me is Bergs, your favourite MBA and COO of Collective Shift. Join us as we bring you world-class crypto research and strategies to help you dominate this crypto bull market, as well as behind-the-scenes view of us scaling the best crypto research company here in Australia. And if you like the podcast, we'd love for you to leave us a subscribe if you're on YouTube or follow us on your favourite podcasting app. So we come to you each and every week with some crypto insights. And this week, Bergs, Memecoins.
Oh,
been all the rage, mate, hasn't it?
I've been looking forward to this one, mate.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Very mixed opinions on meme coins. I personally, for a long time, have been very anti meme coins, and long term, I, from an investment perspective, am cautious. I think you could say, because I don't think many of these meme coins, if any at all, will last beyond this cycle. But it is hard to deny. It is where all the attention is, all the volume is, all the speculation, all the growth. There's many meme coins. So today's episode, we're going to talk about, are meme coins investing or are they gambling? We're going to talk about some strategies and just generally talk through why meme coins are even a thing and why they derive value.
Absolutely. We've got a few mates that are just about that meme coin life.
Oh, yeah.
We'll pepper in their stories on the way through. And
it's a hard life to live. I will give him that.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Like even Tom, where he put out a tweet, and he's like, putting your money into an AI meme coin at the generational top.
Generational
and just watch it go all the way down. What a lad. On a Sunday night. That's how he spends his Sunday nights.
Jamming Solana into AI meme coin generational tops. I laughed at that. That was funny.
What a legend.
We have to bring out that tweet.
Oh.
So look, meme coins have obviously emerged. They've been around for a little while, but really this cycle started to really come out. And essentially they are just tokenizing internet culture, viral trends, and really, the allure of being able to make a lot of money really quickly is what attracts a lot of investors and speculators. So a lot of people, again, have seen the returns that, older meme coins like Dogecoin and Shiba have created. And now, these new tokens are really based on these, engagement, hype, different chains. And there's just so many coming out, Bergs. The volume of these tokens is nuts. So we're going to talk through a couple of the strategies, that you can look at and why these meme coins have sort of come about. But,
and let's talk about like these are legitimate things, right? Where the fastest way to spread a message across the internet is through a meme.
Mm-hmm.
You get memes on your phone, you get it straight away, or you want to make fun of someone, or you want to bring attention to something. Memes are the way to do this.
Yeah.
This is just adding a financial aspect and gambling/investing spin on an existing internet culture, which makes it very attractive. So you're building on that flywheel of virality.
Yeah. And also a lot of these tokens, they're not VC backed. They're very pure in a sense of like there's no unlocks, there's no crazy early prices that people got involved with. They're just very pure speculative tokens that anyone can sort of buy and trade, and very different to the VC coins like Solana and things like that.
They're open and community driven. Like what you're getting into. You're not thinking. That these will either go to zero, they'll make you a bit of money, or they'll go absolutely to the moon. Most are going to go to zero. Most are a bit of fun to talk about with your mates.
Yeah.
It's not all these like hidden unlocks and weird stuff.
Yeah.
You're not going to get dumped on.
Yeah, 100%. So look, the current meme coin mania really took off this year, especially around Solana, and a lot of the activity has been on Solana. It's fast and cheap, and it just allowed for these tens of thousands of coins to be created. Platforms like Pump.Fun was a big one.
Mate. That's like millions of coins have been spawned from that. Just that platform alone.
Well, essentially anyone can just roll up and just, non-technical, people can just roll up and just create these meme coins, which is nuts. And Solana's just really been at the forefront. So, again, why meme coins? Well, in contrast to a lot of the other fundamental, theses that, myself and the Collective Shift team really talk about and we invest behind is they literally offer no utility. Many of them don't. And they're very different, as we said, these VC backed coins where there's a lot of token distribution to themselves, and then the retail was a little bit, and then the VCs usually just get all the gains. A lot of these tokens are much better for retail because there are no unlocks, no money for developers, none for early backers. In a sense, they're just giving the retail the biggest chance to make the most of the money, which is awesome, right?
Yeah. And the utility of things like you can have some community kind of aspect to it, some
Well, Iggy did
experimentation.
this, right? Iggy did
Yep. With
I'm
Mother. Yeah.
the mother token.
Gambling aspect to it as well.
Yep.
Like that's the utility of these tokens. They do provide something to the
Yep.
people that buy it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, a lot of the speculative nature of these meme coins are, intrinsically, do look at a lot more like speculating or gambling than long-term investing, and that's the game, and that's where a lot of that's social media, Twitter, X, etc. Is where people can make a lot of money, but also you can lose a lot of money. And the growth of this industry, if we look back in like 2019, 2020, 2020, 21, it was essentially Dogecoin and Shiba were the top two, right?
Yep.
And now in 2024, we've got nearly 10 or 15 meme coins in the top 100.
See how many in this little graphic there you can name. Let's go from left to right.
Okay, so we've got Doge,
Yep.
Shiba, Pepe, Whiff.
I have no idea what that is.
I think Popcat's in there.
Yeah. And then it descends into
It
madness.
descends into madness. I think that's a guy. I don't know who that is.
So what we're looking at here is like this list of like little icons for the tickers.
Yeah.
And mate, so this is the thing with Ben and I, we'll go into like the first maybe 5 and the rest just descend into madness.
And I think that's really where like those tiers of meme coins really come in. Like those more established coins is definitely where I'm looking at focusing. I was actually going to make a play in the last week or so, but I'm going to wait until the election sort of plays out. Those established coins at the top tier, your Doge, Sheeb, Whiff, Pepe, have a lot of recognition. The communities are strong, relatively more stable, quote unquote, but still have a lot of speculation that are tied to their community. And a lot of the market caps of those meme coins are already past $1 billion. They do have upside, but a lot of the network effects and the major growth has probably already been. And you've got some of those mid-tier meme coins such as Giga Chad, the SPX 6900, Book of Memes. A lot of them still struggle to maintain momentum, but a lot of these come and go really quickly. And a lot of the stuff, a lot of these coins have come from the low tier to the mid tier, have been influenced by Morad, who was at Token 2049, who had the meme coin super cycle talk.
Hasn't he just started something?
Hasn't he?
So
yeah.
he did the super cycle talk. Everyone's congratulating him. Then he goes on a few more interviews and people are openly asking him, what do you think? Give us more detail.
Yeah.
And it's just taken off, mate. People are really getting behind this narrative of AI coins are the thing. They're the thing right now. And 5 or so coins from his talk are going to be above the all-time high of Doge.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people too like have that idea that they can make 100x or they can really make life-changing amounts of money on buying like a small cap on one of these tokens, but it is very difficult to try and do that and to have some sort of risk-adjusted play. It's basically speculating when you're looking that low. So one of the strategies that we're looking at in trying to, let's say you're trying to make $1 million, instead of turning 10,000 into $1 million, which everyone would like to do, but it's not really practical. Like the reality is a lot of people, not many people have been able to do that, is that looking at some of those bigger cap coins and maybe trying to get, just a 5x or 4 or 5x and maybe doing that with a few different coins. So going harder on some of those meme coins that have already run up and have some sort of, network effects and, they're on the radar of a lot of people, trying to get a 5x in this cycle versus trying to find one to get 100x. And fundamentally, that's a lot easier to find 3 5x tokens into this to try and find 100x.
And just think about this. In what market are you going to get a 5x?
Yeah.
In the share market in any given year, if you get 15%, that's like outlandish and amazing.
Yeah.
If you promise anyone a 5x, they'll give you their money
100%.
instantly. And I really like this quote from Eric Vorhees. He's a guy from Shapeshift. Don't try to 100x in one cycle. That's horrible advice. Don't try to go from poor to rich in one blast. Go from poor to not poor, then to very comfortable, then to rich over multiple cycles and with wisdom. Try a humble 10x this time, achieve it, and be thoughtful.
Yeah.
That is so good and so reasonable.
So good. Look, even some of the best traders in our platinum group, right? Like, there's one in particular that
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
spoke about. I think, what did he put? I think he said he put 100,000 into goat. I think he said, or 150,000 into goat, and it's up to 1.5 or 4 million. I can't even remember.
Yeah, it was minimum 10x.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he did a 10x. I mean, maybe put in 100 grand. It's up to 4 million in goat. Like that's amazing. Yet 40x, right? So that's still very difficult to try and achieve. And that is one of the best, investors we've got in the group. So
Yeah.
trying to find those 100x, not only has he been able to do that 40x, but then there's also those lost investments as well, right? If there's 100,000 you put in 10 projects, you've got the loss of those as well.
Let's be realistic. If you're getting 100x, you got in so early, you are the liquidity.
Yeah, literally.
You are literally the market
You
cap
own a
of
percentage of the
everything, right?
supply. Yeah.
that is what you are. And you are taking insane risk. And when we think about risk, we go from things like from cash to bonds to equities to private equity to crypto. And within crypto, this is going further and further out on the risk curve. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, altcoins, DeFi, all that sort of stuff. And we're talking about the shitters right at the other end, where you can get massive, massive price appreciation because you are so early, and you can get virality and people will get on board. You have the community, all the things that you need for price appreciation.
It's been funny though, this cycle, like the meme coins have been really the only sector that's outperformed. Like traditionally meme coins won't run until the back end of a bull market, but this has been completely different. And it's funny, like, one of the biggest things about this cycle so far has been like, and I've seen a lot of people talk about this, is if you try and, analyze or give reason to a lot of the investments you're making in the meme coin space, you're overthinking it. You need to like dumb your thought process down like 10x and be like nearly a preschool level. Like that's what you need here. Like the dumber you're thinking, the better it is. It goes against everything.
The person that popped into my head when he said that is Greg Oakford.
Oh, whack.
Not because he's dumb, but because he got it. Like he got it with NFTs, right?
Yeah,
NFTs, I'm there. I'm overthinking it, thinking about too much. He put his marketing brain on it and he's like, this has attention.
Yeah.
This serves this community. This is going in this direction.
Yeah.
I'm going to invest in that.
Yeah.
And he did very, very well from that. He was able to choose the ones because he only looked at it with that very small lens, didn't overanalyze.
Yeah, and he understood community. Well, he understands community very well.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that's same with, on the tokenized space, like Tom and those guys, like they just, they get that space. I think it is very difficult. Like we know, people that are full-time trading the meme coins, and it's very difficult. You've got to, you've got to have a lot of liquidity. You've got to not lose your head. You've got to be able to get in and get out of these things really quickly. And you're going to, make a lot of money. You need to be, being able to rotate in and out. Like it's a very difficult thing to do.
And let's say the unsaid thing for me, I do not invest in meme coins. For me, it's like sticking my hand in a trap and getting it out before I get trapped. I don't want to live that life. I don't want to sit in front of my PC all the time. Those kind of gains, I don't want to chase them. I don't want those losses. I don't need that much more money, like insane gains, to be able to achieve my goals. I understand their place and their purpose, but I've learned over time it's not for me. The previous like meme coins, in air quotes, ICOs were pretty much the equivalent of this, where you don't know what's going to happen. You can do a little bit of analysis on it. Most will go to zero. Some will return some money. And then there was an aspect of NFTs about that as well. Now in this cycle, it's meme coins / AI coins, AI meme coins that are just being spawned. And for my investment, I'm like, no, not for me. What about you? Do meme coins have a place in your portfolio? And if they do, which ones? The kind of established ones, or you're going for some absolute moonshots?
Yeah, no, they do hold a place. And I've been holding off allocating to this just because of, the dominance of BTC and just where we are in the market. I really want to wait to post-election before I do this, but not moonshots. I'm looking at, making a play across maybe 3 or 4, memes that hopefully can do a 4 or 5x, small amount of my portfolio that I'm definitely not holding any longer than this cycle, and looking at those top tier ones. So, something around that, the sort of Popcat, with Pepe, Doge, somewhere across those, just to get some exposure. But I'm certainly not looking down the list too heavily, because they just come and go too quickly. It's too much to monitor, and it's just not my strategy.
And if you are going right down that list, you need to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
At least get on a testnet or try with a small amount of money. You need to understand where these coins are, how you buy them, if you're on chain, how gas works,
Yeah.
what you need to do to front run things, how you can put your exits in, like have them in an order book, get all that sorted because literally the peak can be a few minutes
Yeah.
and then it's just down
Yeah.
only.
Yeah, I'd be setting stop losses and stuff if you have some of those lower cap tokens. And you just need a lot more time. The further down the list you go, the more time you need because these things come and go. I've seen some of these coins literally, within a week or two, like narrative's dead, we moved on, it's on to the next thing. Like this is just comes and goes.
Yeah. And you think about this, if there's not much behind a coin, if it's just an initial meme and you create a few different memes around it, how long is that going to last until the new shiny thing comes out?
Yeah.
And think of the one if you got like private WhatsApp groups where you get memes from your mates, right? There are the few that you constantly reuse, but it's always new types of memes, new like little templates.
Yeah.
So all this is really about is attention.
Yeah.
Which actually leads us on nicely, mate, to utility-driven meme coins with your girl Iggy.
Yeah, look, I think the utility is an interesting one. Like the Iggy was, I mean, I don't think she's the first to do this, but like, she's actually using the mother token to help people get access to real world events and discounts on products and merchandise. It's essentially the NFT model, just with tokens.
That's exactly right.
Another one I'll shout out and shill, and full disclosure, this is one I own and very, very, very speculative, IMF. So IMF is essentially a meme coin DeFi play where you can lend against your meme coins and earn their stable coin. Again, the utility-driven meme coins haven't performed that great to date, but it's an interesting development. Again, potentially overthinking this with meme coins. Again, trying to get a utility, that's not the idea of meme coins. So it's really why I don't think that performed too well. But I don't know. It's an interesting space. I don't know if this will really take off, like the utility-driven meme coins. I don't think people buy the token. It's far less personalized, the token, than an NFT. Like if you were to buy her NFT, makes sense. But to buy a token to get access to discounts, it's like,